Hey guys, Frozen X is here again. This time I'm going to be talking about how to farm Phoenix credits and high-end gear. Before I get started, I just want to say that farming high-end gear isn't really something you can say because you're not going to farm it. You're not going to get one every run. Most people say it's a 1 in 10 drop, but I find that it's more of a 1 in 20 drop. I've killed about 25, maybe 30 name bosses in the Dark Zone, and I've only had one high-end gear drop, and it was actually a stamina mod. So, with that being said, just don't think you're gonna watch this guide go into the Dark Zone and get 20 high ends each time you go in, because it's just unrealistic. You gotta really grind your way to get all those high ends, and Ubisoft made the game like that for a reason, so to keep you entertained and keep you playing. But in the background, what you'll see is what I'm going to be talking about, the best way to best route to farm the Phoenix credits and high-end loot. Now, most people say that the best way to farm in the Dark Zone is just to find three landmarks and keep going between the three landmarks, and then once you fill up your inventory, just extract. I found that that doesn't really work for me because there's a lot of players in the Dark Zone right now, especially because we're still really close to game launch, and your route can get really fucked up quickly by just one guy or a couple guys that come in and take down the two other landmarks you're farming while you're in the third one, and then you got to run really far, and that really doesn't work for long periods of time. What does work, and what I've found that most players don't really do, but I guess they will now, is that there are tunnels, and in those tunnels there are named enemies, quite a few of them actually. And the spot that I found is right by Grand Central Park. And if you go in the tunnel, pretty much right away, you're going to find a named enemy. You know, after you fight like 5 or 6 guys, there's the named guy. You kill him, and then there are a ridiculous amount of chests by him. Like, I don't even understand why they put such a high concentration of loot crates in one area. But hopefully, this video in the background will show you that I found a lot of chests. There's like 2 or 3 Dark Zone chests down there, too. It's a really intricate underground sewer center, and we found one named boss down there. We haven't searched the entire thing yet because, like I said, it's massive. There's probably another one down there, but we keep filling up on loot before we can get to the other guy. But you're probably thinking, well, how are you going to farm Phoenix credits if there's only one named boss? I mean, they only drop 3 to 4, sometimes 5 Phoenix credits at a time, and, you know, you get like a 1 in 25 chance of dropping loot. Well, when you go back up top to Grand Central Park, that's where the extraction is. Right on that extraction zone, another named enemy will spawn. That guy will be surrounded by other level 31s and elites, and you can kill them, and that's another named enemy you killed. And if your backpack and infected pack is already full, you can just load your stuff up on the helicopter, run around really quick, grab all the loot from the second group of people you killed, and throw that on the helicopter too, so you might be able to get 12 or 14 items per trip. You got to be careful about this though, because Grand Central State or Grand Central Park is a very open area, and right to the left there are a bunch of Rikers that spawn. Though if you aggro those Rikers by even shooting in their direction, they will run over to you, and you'll have the spawn of the helicopter coming after you, the name boss and his guys that are normally in Grand Central Park, and plus 5 or 6 level 31 elite Rikers coming after you too. Now, if you have a group of 2 or 3 people, this is completely not a problem. You can just, take cover, slowly pick them off. You have a minute and a half till the helicopter gets there. No biggie. But if you're by yourself, you might want to be very careful because taking down one named enemy and a helicopter group on your own is already difficult enough without pulling another group to you. So just be very wary of that. Other than that, I would highly, highly recommend that you just use a high DPS and high stamina set because, in my opinion, in the Dark Zone, electronics doesn't help too much. When you're in like challenge modes, electronics actually does help. I know I said in the past that electronics is completely useless, but I was wrong, and I admit that I'm wrong, and I'm sorry about that. Electronics is useful, especially in challenge modes, where having your skills up every time they pop is a very, very big part of it, because you get shot, or you die from like 1 or 2 shots. So I'll be making another video on that, but for now, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this helps you out a lot, and just remember, if you don't get that high-end loot, even after like 20 boss kills, just don't give up. It's a really, really long grind, and that's just going to be how it is. and if you keep grinding long enough, you will just be able to buy the blueprints with Dark Zone credits or Phoenix credits, depending on which one you grind more of, and then you can just purchase the blueprints, create the item, and then boom, you got a high end that way. So even if you don't, if you feel, or if you don't get good drops, and if you feel like you're getting really unlucky with the drops, don't let that discourage you. You'll have no problem getting high ends. There's other ways to buy them. So, I just hope you guys have a great day, and peace out.